Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes Daily Cafe Chat. I am Emily.
And I am Lisa. It is Saturday, April 18th, 2026.
Saturday, my favorite word of the week.
Same. I woke up and just stayed in bed doing absolutely nothing for a while. It was perfect.
That is the dream. I actually made a real breakfast this morning, like cooked one, not just poured coffee.
Wait, eggs and everything? Who are you?
I know. It felt weirdly adult. I kind of liked it.
I am genuinely impressed. This is a whole new side of you.
I had no idea, but I think I might keep doing it on weekends.
Weekly goals list updated. Okay, what are we getting into today?
3 stories that genuinely surprised me this week. First, Tom Cruise just showed up at a big Hollywood event looking completely unrecognizable.
Wait, what do you mean unrecognizable?
You will see. Then we have a nature story from New Zealand that is kind of heartwarming and amazing. And finally, a medication that apparently does something nobody expected.
That already sounds like a great Saturday lineup.
And if you're new here, welcome. Every morning we take real news and turn it into natural English conversation. Perfect for your commute, coffee break, or shadowing practice. Hit subscribe and join us every day.
We are really glad you're here, wherever you're listening from.
We also have a keyword today that ties all 3 stories together. Ready?
Hit me.
Today's keyword is beyond.
Beyond. I love that. Going past what anyone expected.
Exactly. Every story today is about something or someone who went beyond what anyone thought possible.
I love that. Let's get into it.
Okay, so picture this. You are at CinemaCon, the big Hollywood industry event, and Tom Cruise walks in. What do you see?
Ethan Hunt. Perfect jawline. Probably hanging off a building.
That is exactly what everyone expected. But last week, he showed up as his character from a new movie called Digger. Gray hair, wrinkles, and a very large beer belly.
Beer belly?
A full, genuine beer belly. The crowd was reportedly stunned.
I cannot picture that at all. Tom Cruise with a beer belly feels like it breaks some law of the universe.
His character is named Digger Rockwell. He's an aging, loud oil tycoon with a thick southern accent, like a foghorn leghorn kind of energy.
That is such a 180 from Mission Impossible.
And the director is Alejandro Iñárritu, the Oscar-winning filmmaker behind The Revenant and Birdman.
Okay, so 2 Oscar-level powerhouses joining forces. This is not a comedy or a blockbuster. This is serious cinema.
Right. The plot involves an oil company that could cause $18 trillion in environmental damage.
$18 trillion. That number doesn't even feel real.
Iñárritu described the character as a powerful man who did not change the world, but changed how people see the world.
So Cruise is playing someone morally complicated, not a hero at all. Honestly, I kind of love that.
It's completely beyond anything we expected from him, especially after the Mission Impossible sequels.
It's not just going beyond his image, it's going beyond what Hollywood usually lets action stars do at this point in their career.
And Warner Bros. Is on a 9-movie winning streak right now. 9 consecutive #1 hits at the box office.
So the expectations for everything they release are already sky high. No pressure, Digger.
The industry reaction was huge. People were still talking about it all week after the event.
I would have been speechless too. That kind of transformation from a star at Tom Cruise's level takes real courage.
Okay, let us take a trip from Hollywood to New Zealand. Have you ever heard of the kakapo?
Kakapo?
That sounds like a magic word from a spell. It kind of does. The kakapo is the world's heaviest parrot, and it cannot fly.
A parrot that cannot fly.
that is either very sad or very funny. I cannot decide. It is adorable, honestly. They are huge and they waddle around, and this year they just had a record-breaking breeding season. Wait, how rare is a breeding season for them? That's the thing. Kakapo only breed every few years when certain trees produce fruit. They basically wait for a big feast before they have babies. That is the most strategic approach to parenthood I've ever heard. And this season, over 100 chicks hatched. The previous record was 85 back in 2019. Okay, 100 chicks sounds amazing, but how many adults are there in total? That's the wild part. There are only 235 adult kakapo in the entire world. 235 total and 100 babies in one season? Almost half the adult population just in this 1 year. That's incredible. The whole species just had a boom year. And there is one story from this season that I cannot stop thinking about. A baby chick was not breathing, and a ranger gave it CPR. CPR? On a tiny baby bird? She gently blew into its beak to restore its breathing, and it worked. Oh my gosh, that's so tender. There was also one chick whose egg was laid on a public live stream for the very first time ever, and then that same chick later needed stitches for a neck injury. What a dramatic start to life. But it survived. 78 females were nesting this year across 3 predator-free islands. The conservation teams worked incredibly hard. Beyond the record, beyond what anyone was hoping for. This species came so close to extinction. To have 100 babies in one season is genuinely hopeful news. It really is. That's the kind of story I want to hear on a Saturday morning. All right, our final story is about a medication, and this one genuinely surprised me. Medication stories can go either way. Is this a good surprise or a scary one? Very good. There is a drug called allopurinol. It has been used for decades to treat gout.
Gout. I actually know someone who has that. The swelling and pain in the joints can be really intense.
Exactly. It is caused by too much uric acid in the blood. Allopurinol brings that level down.
So, what is the unexpected part?
A new study followed nearly 110,000 patients over 5 years, and they found that people who got their uric acid under control had significantly lower risk of heart attacks and strokes.
Wait, a gout drug protects your heart?
That's what the data shows. The study was published in a major medical journal and used UK health records from 2007 to 2021.
So, real patients, real outcomes, not just a lab experiment.
And the key finding was that patients who hit their target uric acid level within the first 12 months saw the biggest benefit.
So, it's not just about taking the pill. You have to actually get the numbers down to see the effect.
Exactly. The lead researchers said the right dose varies from person to person. It's not one size fits all. Bodies are different. That makes sense. And now researchers are asking whether more people should know their uric acid level, even if they don't have gout. Because it might be quietly working against your heart without you even knowing. That's exactly the thinking. This drug has been around forever, and it may be doing something completely beyond what it was ever designed for. And there's the word again, beyond gout, into heart health. That's a big deal. 110,000 people over 14 years is a very large data set. That makes the finding hard to ignore.
I feel like anyone with gout should be having a conversation with their doctor right now.
And maybe anyone who's never thought about their uric acid levels before?
Today definitely made me want to find mine out.
3 stories today that all had something unexpected in them. A movie star who went completely beyond his image, a tiny endangered bird that had its best season ever, and an old medication that turned out to protect your heart. The Tom Cruise one is still living in my head. I just want to see what he actually looks like in this movie now. Same. There is something exciting about a star at that level choosing something completely different. And the Kakapo story was just pure joy. A ranger blowing air into a baby bird's beak to save its life. I love that so much. Me too. It is a reminder that individual people doing careful, patient work can really make a difference for a species. And the gout drug story is the one that quietly hits the hardest. Millions of people might be taking that medication and not realizing what it could be doing for their heart. All three stories came back to the same idea. Beyond showed up in every one of them. Beyond expectations, beyond records, beyond the original purpose. Going beyond is not always something you plan. Sometimes it just happens when you show up and do the work. I love that. And we have a question for our listeners today. Which story went beyond your expectations the most? Was it A, Tom Cruise's complete transformation for Digger? B, the Kakapo breaking breeding records with over 100 chicks? Or C, the gout drug that may also protect your heart? I'm going with B. The image of a ranger giving CPR to a baby bird is something I'm going to remember for a long time. I'm going with A. Seeing Tom Cruise go that far beyond his image tells me this movie is going to be something really different. Let us know your pick in the comments. A, B, or C. Any language is totally fine. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that like button and subscribe. We're here every single day with stories worth talking about. See you tomorrow, everyone!